Well, hello, good people again. My name is Edmund Saunders, and I'm going to show you how I polish a solid surface. Solid surface is a acrylic material used for countertops, and the pioneer was made by DuPont and called the Korean, probably some 30 years ago, maybe, who knows when they invented this. But anyhow, it's an acrylic solid material. And the beauty of that is that they make a special glue. You can glue it together, two pieces. If you machine them very nice and tight, you put the glue, sand it, and buff it out, and the seam disappears, literally disappears. And so you can make any size of a shape in countertops, and you don't see the seams. Versus if you do a granite or some other type of material, laminate, or what's this popular, the Caesar stone, or what's it called, the quartz countertops. Whenever you have an L shape or something, you have to use a seam. So this is nice that you don't see the seams. But manufacturer recommends it comes kind of satin finish, and I'm going to show you satin, almost like flat, literally. There's no sheen to it. But the beauty of this material is you can polish it almost like a, let's say, old car paint. You can polish and make it nice shinier. And I did that probably some 20 years ago. Had one job, a customer requested a high finish on a surface. Takes some time, but it's really shiny. But I think it's not very practical, because if you're using for the kitchen countertops, then you put the pan, or maybe not pan, but anyhow, you use pots and pans and whatnot, and knives and whatever, and you wipe it down, and it puts the scratches. And pretty much imagine a car finish, right? It's nice and shiny. So if you start putting some tools on it and something else, and you drag it, it's going to leave a little scratch marks. So the shinier the finish, the more you see those scratch marks. So if the finish is not as shiny, like satin, which is a little bit has a sheen to it, you don't notice so much of the scratches. But anyhow, I have this customer, and they're requesting to see how the high polished would look. So I'm gonna do on one piece of this material, I'm just gonna buff one edge, make it super shiny, and then I'm gonna cut off the piece and give them. And they cook a lot, and they use different spices and colorful sauces, whatnot, and they're afraid that how is that gonna handle. So I'm gonna make the sample piece, and we'll give them and let them use, let's say, for a week. And I told them already, put it by the stove. And so if you're cooking something, put the spoons and spatulas on it. If you want to take the hot pot off of the stove, put it on it, wash it in the sink, and then see how it behaves, and if you like it, and see what the sheen looks like after a week of use. But anyhow, so I'm going to use this 3M product. You can start, probably do a sandpaper, basic on orbital sander. Probably will start, I would say, maybe say 220, maybe 320 papers. Then you go to 400, 600, 800, and 1000, and 1200, and then you can buff even with a car wax. So, but 3M makes these interesting synthetic pads. I'm going to show you. See, I'm going to show you how the Satin Finish also looks. So, see if you can see the sheen. Okay, it's somewhat reflective, right? Right here. Looks like you can see a reflection now, right around here. Yeah, looks like a reflection of the lights on the ceiling. So I'm gonna polish maybe about, say, 6 inches of this, and then we'll see how it reflects the light. So right now, I would say, how would I say? Like, it's not definitely not a mirror shine. It just has basic smooth surface. But if I compare to the car finish, let's say like a paint, it looks like that car been sitting out for 20 years, 25 years, and definitely needs to buffing. So I got my orbital sander, okay, and then let's see, where did they do with my can't find it, just a second. So here I found it. So it is a 3M product, materials for solid surface finishing, different colors of discs, And on the back of it, it shows you a diagram, and I'll keep it steady. So anyhow, on the very right side it says, hopefully you can read, it says a high glass finish, and it shows pretty much by the colors. This is brownish, then a green, blue, and another orangish, and then a white. So this is what I have. I've been using before that, and pretty much I'm gonna go through these discs in the color how they say. Come on, stay here. So blue, green, and then this brown. That's probably gonna be, looks like it's gonna be number 1, and then white. That will be the final. And then of course they have to come up with some new ideas always, right? They don't have enough of Velcro. Velcro works good for the basic sanding, you know, for a sander. Works very simple. Right, pull it off, and you got the Velcro here, you know, and male, female parts, and they stick together very good. But they have to, of course, come with new inventions. And now they make these discs, which is a different type of something. So you have to use this adapter, sort of like this right here, fuzzy plate. Yeah. So one of the sides is more aggressive than the other, and I can't remember which one it is. So I'm gonna try to stick this here. Doesn't stick, so I guess the black side. Yeah, both of them are kind of weak. So one of them is supposed to hold these discs better than the other ones. Nah, weak. I don't like it, but what can you do? They have to come up with the new inventions. Maybe this is the right side. Yeah, weak. Both of them are weak. And a straight, let's try a straight one. See, doesn't even hold to it. So you got to use this adapter disc, which is nonsense, but it is what it is. Holds. I guess it'll be good enough. We'll go with the low RPMs. So we'll start with this orange disc, and I'll be using a wet method. They say it's I don't know if you can pause and read it, but pretty much it says high glass finish, and it says damp, 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 damp. So I guess damp means that you have to spray water. So anyhow, I'm gonna start polishing, and then I'll pause, and then I'll show you the final product and see how it looks. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna start, and then we'll continue. Slow RPMs, so the disc doesn't fly away. You watching it? So I'm gonna pause it, you know, this maybe, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, see how it looks. Wipe it down. Unfortunately, with the wet, you always have to check. I don't see any difference at all. Not with the first disc. Yeah. So I'll probably do maybe, I say, a minute or 2 minutes per each application. So first one did something, but not too shiny. So I'll show you in a moment how it looks after a while, okay? So I'm back again. So I went through the steps, what they said, and honestly after the first step it looked like it even got a little bit more dull than I started with from a factory. The second step was, the first was this one. After that looked more dull. Then the next was, I think, was a green. Still didn't seem like it's had much results. Still kind of looked flat. Then a blue, which is the next step, which is before the white buffing pad, still didn't look very nice. And now I'm doing the white one. So I'll show you how I finish with the white. And now I already see improvement. So just a second. So, if you noticed the way I was going, if you paid attention, so I'm going left to right first, left to right, left to right, I cover surface and go up and down, and then I go 45-degree one direction and then 45-degree other direction. So this way you get all possible angles. If there is an imperfection, it should take care of it. So now let's see the finish. Alright, so here we go. So I started, I think, my videotaping from this angle. So we're gonna wipe down the moisture. Okay. All the beauty is gonna come out. Alright. Now let's do it a little drier. Oh yeah, I already can see it. Oh, look at this. Boy, is it shiny. Oh yeah, so now, if you walk, oh, look at this. Do you see that reflection? That's a light. At the beginning of the video, did you see? You could barely notice that there was something white on it. So now it's, look at that. Oh man, look at that reflection, huh? I don't know if you can see the mirror shine. It's really, let's see if I can do it at the angle. Nah, I don't think it's really justifies the botanical. The only, so here we go. So this is the light reflection, right? And I'm gonna go here. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna catch that light reflection. Oh, right there. As it goes up here, look. Here's the light. Look, oh, right there, look at this. This is a high glass. You see that white stripe? That's the light from the fluorescent light. And watch, as I move my camera, oh, look at it. It goes into the surface. This is a factory. Look, completely disappeared. So, that's amazing. Beautiful reflection. And it's almost like a light beam goes into space. Whoa. I think it came out pretty good. I hope my customer is happy and hope you learn something too. Until next time, oh yeah, and I keep forgetting to tell this. Don't even think about liking this video, don't subscribe, and don't share it. Alright? Until next time, bye.